Hey everybody, it's Kimberly Eichelle with Talented Television, and I am glad to see you one more time. You know that 2020 has been a roller coaster ride. There's been some highs and there have been some lows. I know people that have gotten married, new jobs, started new careers, became entrepreneurs, and so much more. So today's guest, I'm going to tell you, this is probably going to be a very emotional show for me. I don't know, but I want you all to stay tuned. This is a special guest who is very near and dear to my heart. Stay tuned. And welcome back, everybody. Thank you for staying tuned to Talented Television again. I am Kimberly E. Shell. And like I said, today's guest is very, very dear to my heart. Someone that's very special to me, someone who means the world to me, and now is ready to present herself to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Chanell Sanders. Hey, Chanell.
Hey, Kimberly. I'm so happy to be on your show. And I first want to give honor to God, who is in control, and He made this possible. And we've been planning on this for about 2 years now, and we made it happen. Here we are.
Yes, indeed. We made it happen. Chanel is over in Indiana, and I am here in Las Vegas, but we have a backstory. We are very much connected, and we connected some years ago. Chanel, you want to tell the audience how we are connected and how that story kind of went?
Yes. Well, surprisingly, when I was a little girl, I grew up in the home with three boys, brothers. I was the only girl, and I always wanted a sister. Always. I always used to tell my mom, I want a sister. And one day, I got a call from my cousin Keith on my father's side, and he gave me some awesome news. He told me that I had a sister who lived in Las Vegas, and she was very talented. She sings. And I said, wait a minute, I want to sing. That was supposed to be me. I said, oh, so my sister has it. And we met. You came to Indiana and we met, and it was just so phenomenal. I just couldn't believe, all those years that I had a sister all alone. And we met when I was 12. And Kimberly, I think you was how old?
If you were 12, I was about 22. I'm putting it out there. I ain't gonna tell them all our business, but I was somewhere
Okay,
around
yeah,
there.
I know you was older. You was older than me. So yes,
Yes,
my sister, my loving dear sister. Thank
yes,
God for you.
yes, indeed. And I'm so grateful for you as well. So, as you heard, we did not know of each other. I knew that there were some other children. We do have other siblings that are older than us. So I knew about my brothers, but I did not know about Chanel. So imagine my face that day when our cousin, as she said, Keith,
Mm.
told us that we were related, that this was my sister, and we have shared a special bond ever since. And I just want to give a shout out to Keith, who we actually lost this year. um, a great cousin, a great cousin, a great man. I've never heard anyone say anything bad about him. And for me, Chanel, I don't know, about for you, but for me, Keith has always been that rock and that, just connector for the family for me. So he's dearly loved. And I just want to definitely shout him out because he's missed.
Yes, yes.
So, Chanel, you have been on a journey this year,
Yes,
right? But you said for
yes.
the last 2 years. So, for the last 2 years, you have been on a journey to tell your story. So talk to me a
Absolutely.
little bit about what that journey has looked like.
Well, I was in a dark place in my life, and everyone will always see me as this happy going person, this person with this smile. And, when you go out to the world, you have to present yourself with that smile, and meet and greet people, whether you're at work, whether you're at school, whether you're going to the grocery store. But deep down inside, it was something in me that was holding me back. And I got tired of living in that place. And I didn't know who I was because I felt like I was, in denial for so long. And, you can go to church, you can hear the word of God. And that was me. I was going to church, and I prayed, but it's important to actually know how to pray. It's important to know how to talk to God and to give him your problems. And to be honest with you, I was ashamed. I was ashamed to admit the things that I was going through in my life. Just being a mother, being a daughter, being a sister. Um, I just felt that it was so much more for me. And so how I came about that breakthrough was I just actually, when we went into quarantine, I just, started speaking to God more, and I started being openly because I wanted to become a better mother. I wanted to become a better citizen, a better leader in my community. And the only way that I can do that is if I be honest and I break through it. So I decided to write my first book about my life because I wanted to go all the way from the beginning and re-meet myself and be honest with myself and pour it all out and give it to God and be honest with him about what I've done and repent. And that's when I began writing this book.
Wow.
Um, and it first was going to be poetry. It started off with the title, um, The After Pain. And remember, Kimberly, I ended up calling you, and we
Yes.
talked, and I still have it on a sticky note. I still
Oh,
have it on.
wow.
Called you, and because God, he placed in my heart 2 years ago a book. And I said, a book? And I knew it because I loved writing. I loved writing since I was a little girl, since I was 10 years old. That's all I've ever done was just write, write, write. And I told my mom at 10, I said, Mom, when I grow up, I said, I'm going to get these journals published and I'm going to be an author.
Wow.
And
So you knew, you said at 10 years old that you were destined to be an author.
yes, at 10 years old, I said that I was going to be an author. I was going to publish some journals that I had, that God allowed me to vision, at a young age. Just write about life, write about love, love stories. Us as girls, we've always had that love story, that romantically feeling.
Yes.
And so I was just a loving little girl. I just saw life as just precious and beautiful. So when I was in my room, I would just write down things, and just turn into poems. I love writing poems. It just brought out life in me. So when we moved, it was probably, I would say, in 2000, we had moved, and my mom had misplaced all my journals. I had a box of journals because
Oh,
I was
wow.
saving it for when I get grown. I said, because when I get grown, I'm still going to have these journals because I'm going to publish them.
Hmm.
And they were misplaced. And after that, I just lost the touch of writing. I felt like, well, maybe it just wasn't meant for me to write anymore. And I just stopped, and I felt lost kind of without those journals because I like to dip and dab into my writing and reread it because it gives me life. And I didn't have that anymore to look forward to. I didn't have those journals. And I wanted to look back to see, where was my heart at? What was my desires? What made me so happy about life? And those journals, those writings did that. And I didn't have it. So it was like I lost that balance. And, I just started just living my life. I just started doing things, and I kind of got caught up, and it's all in this book. It's based on a true life story about things that I've went through and how I overcame it. So
It
yeah.
is. It is. Now, one thing that you said was once those writings were lost,
Yeah.
that you felt lost. So, where did you find your voice again?
I found my voice through pain. I did. I found it through pain. The pain, just being locked down and lost and being alone. Whenever I would pick up that pen and I would write, that's how I would find myself. And I would pour out my pain into writing. And it's almost as if God is in me, speaking through me and giving me the clarity that I need in the midst of whatever it is that I'm going through. And it uplifts me, and it turns into a story. So it's almost like, you know, that there's purpose in your pain. So that's where my writing
Absolutely.
comes. That's where my writing comes from. So
Wow.
um, yeah.
So, Chanel, tell me what it was like to finally become vulnerable, because that's what you've done. You released this book about your life, and I've read the book. I read it as soon as I got it. I read it, and I kept turning the pages because, like you said, we met each other once. I was older. You were still young, but I
Yeah.
was older. But, with us living in different states and things like that,
Mhm.
I didn't know everything that had gone on in your life. And
Mhm.
so to see the journey that you went on,
Mhm.
um, it was a lot. It was a lot. So how do you become transparent in a world that's so full of judgment? What made you want to be so vulnerable at this point?
Well, I was like that. I was that person who was ashamed. I was embarrassed of the things that I have gone through. But I realized that the minute that I break free from my past, and that was what was holding me back, was holding on to it. It was allowing me to, I was suffering from it. It was allowing me to live in depression. It was allowing me to lose sight of my life as a mother. um, the life that I wanted to give to my children. So that's why the title, Will I Ever See Tomorrow? Because it was, will I ever be free where I can just be myself and free from my past? And so I had to realize I can't keep telling this to myself and only me. I have to speak out loud. I have to have a voice. I have to give it to God. I have to talk to God because He is the only person, the only one who can heal me, who can give me the clarity that I need upon my life. And so I had to do that. So when I opened up to God and I just really started to get closer to His Word and study more with the Bible, He really just started opening up my eyes and giving me all the tools and resources that I needed to become the woman that I was meant to be. And it started with that pen and that paper. And that's when that book just came. That's when that title came. And I heard God speaking to me, telling me, it's going to be about your life. Start with yourself because you
Yeah,
are the one that's in pain. You are the one that's hurting. And
absolutely.
when I started writing about myself and starting with my life, I started healing instantly. He gave me each chapter, and I said, and I couldn't believe it. How do I escape from here? And he told me through each chapter. And so with that, I was so excited. I was so happy. Finally, here I am talking about my past, writing about it with excitement, with freedom,
Yeah.
and now knowing that I can become a true witness of God.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's so important, like you said, that was what I was going to ask you actually was, did you feel the healing? A lot of times people go through things in life, and of course, we don't want to give too much away about the book because we want you all to read the book. But this is, like Chanel said, she's a mother. She talks about her school years and things that transpired during that time. She talks about our father, who wasn't really there for either one of us. I'm sure that he loved us, but for whatever reason, he wasn't in our lives. So even with that, Chanell, do you feel that that helped cause some pain or help shape you into the person that you are today with our father not being there?
Oh yeah, yeah, that was very damaging for me, because I lived in moments where I felt unwanted, and even when I would, try to connect to my father, but I had to grow older and more wiser and understand that as human beings we live and we learn,
Mm-hmm.
and we all have problems. We all have issues in life, no matter how we cover it up with a smile, no matter how much we talk about, oh God, this, and, we pray, we still have issues because we're still here on earth. And so I had to realize that, our Father was just battling with a lot of issues with himself,
Mm-hmm.
and, he probably just didn't know how to, be a father to either one of us. But that didn't mean that he didn't love us, or think
Right.
about us. And it's the little things that count. And so, although he wasn't in my life, even when I did see him, that smile that he gave me, it still gave
Yeah.
me that comfort. Just him just remembering little things about me, it still gave me that comfort. So no matter what, I'm going to always love my father, but it just, things happen in life, and we always want things to go the way we want it to go, but we
Yeah.
just have to seek God first, and he'll give us that healing. He'll fix whatever is hurting, and he'll give us the understanding that we need during a time of just trouble, or just feeling as if we're unwanted, whether it's as a child or in a relationship. He's the only one who can give us that clarity. So once I gave my problems in my life to God, all of that was healed. And I had a clear understanding of my father, and, I have peace there in that relationship. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. And I can say the same, for me, as a young girl growing up and things like that, I always had a strong mother. My mother was there and she was strong, and you had a strong mother as well, that kind of brought us through. As I got older. So I'll say at that time, I didn't really think about, oh, my dad's not in my life, that type of thing. I was never that type of child because I had so much going on around me. However, as I got older, I realized relationship wise um,
mm,
that I didn't know what it meant to have a man around or someone to teach me what it was like to date or, all of those things. And sometimes I did not feel um I felt inadequate in some areas, to be honest, where some little girls grow up and their daddy tell them they're beautiful, and what to look for and don't pay attention to these knuckleheads and all of that, for me, I was very, very bashful. And to this
yeah,
day, I still have some, bashfulness about me or shyness about me when it comes to that. But like our father
yeah,
was used to get us here. So if nothing
yeah.
else, Chanell, we're grateful for that. He
We are
created
grateful.
two powerful, strong women and women of God, and so I'm thankful for that. For that, I'm also thankful because you're multifaceted. I have gifts and things. Like you said, I
Yeah,
sing. I
yeah.
love doing talented television. I love acting, things like that. But you are a model as well. So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about your modeling and what type of doors open for you. You talked about that in one of the chapters of your book. And it kind of blew me away when you told your story about one of your locations where you had a shoot. And so tell me what modeling did for you.
Well, modeling to me, it brought me out of that shell where I had low self-esteem. I did. Just living in the environment that I was in, and dating the guys that I was dating, and just living out there in the world, and it just caused a lot of confusion in my life. And I was, in a position where I didn't feel pretty, I didn't feel wanted and, and things in that area. So once I started modeling, and doors just started opening up for me as far as like with my self-esteem, my image. I started meeting, other women that were just like me, who were facing problems and troubles just like me, but still had a vision and still had a motive about themselves. So I liked it because I was able to create a character, and
Mm-hmm.
create a storyline. So with my photos, I will always have a vision of how I wanted things to play out with myself. And so when I would hit up a photographer or something in my location, they would say, hey, what's up? What do you got in mind? And I would give them my vision, and they love it, and that was just fulfilling for me. I didn't really look at myself as, a big model, like, how people may say, I was just doing something. So what people did was when they labeled me as a model, it was just confirmation, like, oh, well, I really am doing this, So
Yeah,
that was confirmation, and that's what I needed. And it pushed me to keep going because I was giving people inspiration. And that's the type of person I am. I'm very inspirational. I'm a giver. I love to heal people. I love to make people happy. So when I saw that, that I was fixing myself and fixing others around me, it just pushed me to keep going. But in that business, you just have to be careful, with the image that you put out there. So, yeah.
absolutely. You're definitely a positive person. We talk and we get on the phone and it's like, hey girl, what you doing? Da da da, and we're just laughing and we get a chance to catch up. So that always means a lot to me. If you have and I'm sure you do, there are going to be some young women watching, some young girls that may be watching. What words of encouragement would you give them at this time if they feel that they're not beautiful, if their father isn't there, or if they just feel worthless? Because there was a point where you went through so much, and like I said, your book is so detailed, where you went through so many things, from dealing with things with your children to dealing with things in relationships, to doing things that you probably never would have thought that you would have done. And so with that being said, how do you encourage a young lady that may be watching to tell her that you still can make it? Where did you pull that strength from?
Well, I would most definitely say you always want to be around positive people, people who inspire you. You want to be around people who will pray for you, and who's not afraid or ashamed to pray for you. When I started connecting with people who were on a higher level and who saw potential in me, it gave me that push that, hey, you know what, I am somebody. But when you're around people that's lower than you, you're going to be easily influenced, and you're going to be living in a world of confusion where you're not going to be yourself. So it's going to cause you to be out of character, and it's going to cause people to talk about you. And
Mm-hmm.
it's going to cause your self-esteem to be low, and you're going to find yourself in situations where it's going to be hard to get out of, and people aren't going to want to really attach themselves with you. And that could be, a big problem, because, you need people, you need to have a voice around you. So it's important to know who you are. It's important to know where you're going. It's important to know what you can do. And more importantly, you want to be sure to always set goals, set daily goals. And that's what I did. I set goals, affirmations all the time. And once you start seeing that you are fulfilling your goals and you are becoming the woman that you always dreamt of becoming, you will see, your destiny take off. And that's where I was at with my life, because you can't have a purpose without a plan. So I live with these sticky notes, these here. I
Yeah.
don't care how long ago you may write it down, write it down.
Yes.
Because I wrote this down in 2017 and here it is 2020 and I'm holding my book. So it doesn't matter how long ago you plan it, but just know that there is purpose in your pain, or whatever it is that you're going through is possible. So don't rush it. Just call on God and he knows the right time for you. And that's exactly what I did. You can't rely on a man. You know, you
Yeah.
have to seek God first. And that's exactly what I did. And another thing is start reading, read more, so that you could, have that wisdom, have that research and things that you want to become, things that you want to do. I knew I wanted to actually take the time to know God for myself. So I had to start reading more. I had to read books about becoming a godly woman. I read a
Yeah.
lot of Joyce Myers. So I just started doing my research. I listen to Dr. Miles Monroe. I get his books. So when I shop on Amazon, I'm actually buying books all the time because I want to know more and more and more about God. I want to know what he does for you. I want to know how he can turn your night into day and just give you all that you need to live, survive, and pass along to the next person, because
Man.
there's nothing like a person that can get you to where you need to be. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I call it divine connections. Divine connections. I believe that God will connect you to the right people, if you seek him.
Exactly.
And I think it's so
And that's
important
it.
that you said you've been holding that sticker since, or that posted since 2017. And it's now 2020 and things are beginning to manifest for you. One of the other nuggets that I just took from what you said is don't rush it. That is so
Yes.
important. A lot of times, even with myself, I have so many
Mm-hmm.
songs and, things that I've done. And I'm like, Lord, when? Even relationship
Mm-hmm.
wise, I'm still in a place where I'm like, Lord, when? But like you said,
Yes.
don't rush it, because one thing that my mom has always told me is haste makes waste. And I don't have time
Mm-hmm.
for no waste. No waste. I need everything that's taking place in my life to be in alignment to what God has called us to. So
Yes.
I'm so excited. I'm excited about what you're doing. I'm excited about your modeling career. Excited about this book. You all definitely need to pick it up. Chanell, tell them where they can find your book, and even where they can find you on social media.
Okay, great. Yes. So my book is on Amazon. You can type in Chanel, Chanell, Everine, Everine, Sanders, And the title is Will I Ever See Tomorrow? And I am sharing my story in a way to make a change. I am also on Facebook, Chanell Sanders. And on my Facebook, you can see a link to my website. You can purchase the book there. I'm also on Instagram, C Sanders _ bossy. And I also have a link to the Amazon on there as well. So,
Awesome. Awesome. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Chanell, I'm so glad to have you here today. I didn't know what this interview was going to be like. I knew it would be good, but I'm a crybaby. So I didn't want to,
me too.
cry too much. So I've been over here, with my little tissue dabbing my eyes and things, but I'm so grateful to be your big sister. I am proud of you. We have been able to keep in contact over the years. And one thing that I can say is the things that you have shared with me, they're coming to pass. They're coming to
Yeah.
pass, and I'm just blessed to watch things unfold for you. And I think that there's even more. I know that there's more, that this is only the beginning. I know you said you wanted your first interview to be with your sister.
Yes.
Yes, I am so excited for you doing big things for GI. That's our hometown, Gary, Indiana. And so, man, Chanell, this has been such a blessing. Now, if I have you on this show, you, like all the rest of my guests, have to teach Kimberly Eichelle something. It's a fun part of the show for me.
Oh,
So, Chanell, what do you have for your big
yeah.
sister today?
Okay, so sis, since you're the singer, and I always wanted to be the singer. See, I left that out. I wanted to be the singer. That's all
Okay.
I do. All my friends know Chanel always want to sing and want to hit those notes. So
Yes.
today I'm gonna hit that note. I'm gonna hit that note today. I'm
Come
gonna
on,
sing this
notes.
clip, and then I want you to come on in with it, okay?
Okay. All right. I
So here
got
we
you.
go. So one thing about it, two things for sure. I'm going to always call on God, whether it's through a song, if I'm just yelling his name, or if it's through a prayer. So in the morning, I like to say motivational things, and it always come out as a song. So I'm always singing to Jesus. He loves my voice. So here we go.
Yes.
I woke up and kept on praying. I woke up and kept on moving. I woke up and kept on believing. I woke up and kept on dreaming. I woke up and kept on loving.
Yeah.
I woke up and kept on going. I woke up and kept on praying. I woke up and kept on moving. I woke up
Uh-huh.
and kept on reaching. I woke up and kept on dreaming.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I woke up. You said I woke up. I
I
kept
woke
on moving, kept on dreaming, kept on believing, kept on praying. I know that's right.
and
But guess
kept
what? The
on
blessing of it
loving.
all, and kept on going. And the blessing of it all is, Chanel, we woke up. We woke up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So any day that
Mhm.
God gives us a new day, come on now. Come on now. We got
And
to give
one
him
more
our
thing I
best.
want to say. And one more thing I want to say is, no matter what it is that you're dreaming about becoming, or your dreams, it's always going to be in you. And becoming an author, I always knew, like I said, I wanted to write a book. And I had some downtime in moments where I was like, oh, it's not done yet, and I'm running out of time. And because I kept seeing all these other authors on my timeline, showing their book and doing their book signing, and I felt like I had long ways to go, because again, I'm a mother of two children. I'm a single mother at that.
Yeah.
I work a job. Yeah, I work a job. And so I felt like I was behind time. But let me just say this to you. As long as you have that pen and that paper, even if it's one word a day, write it.
Write it. Yes,
Write it.
indeed. That's to all you authors out there. You authors, you songwriters, all of you, if there's just one thing that you wake up with, that's on your mind, to all the dreamers, write it down. I always say that the Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. So on my bedroom
Yes.
wall, I have my vision board, and it has the things on there that I am believing God for. And sometimes, my mom is someone who talks about dream snatchers. There are people, sometimes you will share your dreams and they don't believe, or they try to discourage you. Girl, you ain't nothing. You ain't gonna be able to do that. Your daddy wasn't nothing. This person wasn't nothing. Blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to any of that. Like Chanel said, wake up, write that word down, and it's gonna come to pass. It'll come to pass. It's been a blessing to have you here today. It really, really has. You've said some things that I'm holding on to. You've dropped some serious
Good.
nuggets in this interview. So I'm very
Yes,
proud of you.
indeed.
Keep on moving, keep on going, keep on believing, keep on
Keep
loving.
on
Yeah,
keep on dreaming. Don't stop
yes,
dreaming. Don't
yes,
stop
indeed.
dreaming.
And it's so funny. I know you all can't see this, but dream is one of
What's
my
that?
favorite words. And my little necklace here, I don't think you all can see it possibly, but it says dream. That's what I wore
Oh,
today.
wow.
So,
They're
so keep
beautiful.
dreaming,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Keep dreaming.
Yes.
Keep dreaming. Absolutely. Don't give up. Don't give up. And Chanell came here today, and I am telling you as well that you can do whatever you put your mind to. We want to encourage you. You know, 2020 has been a merry-go-round, but it's not over. You woke up. So keep on. Chanell, you wrote that song?
I wrote that song. I wrote
Okay.
that song.
There it is. Now don't y'all steal my sister's song and put it on your record. Look, it's already recorded here on Talented Television. So if you want it, then you gotta tell her. Y'all gotta talk about it and make some negotiations. Yes, indeed. So now she a songwriter too. But I'm telling you, it's catchy, and that's what I'm going to be singing when I wake up. I'm going to do some affirmations, like you said. It's important, you know. It's easy to get down in a rut, but when you wake up and you sing, no matter who's listening, or you know, begin to say some positive things, no matter who's listening, things will turn around. They will turn around. Chanell, thank you so much for joining me today. Do you have any last words?
I would like to say that there is purpose in your pain, no matter how heavy the rain is.
Wow.
Thank you, Kimberly, for having me today.
Of course, of course. Yes, indeed. Remember, if you are interested in being a guest on Talented Television, you want to email me, talented.television@gmail.com. Also, tell a friend about Talented Television. We're pushing, we're bringing you good content. I'm bringing you talented people, talented artists. And you know what? It's not always easy. It's not always easy to get things going. And don't wait until someone becomes what other people call famous. You support now. Support people now where they are, right where they are. You have friends that need your support. You have neighbors, you have community that needs your support. Put it out there. Don't always wait until somebody's shining and then try to come shine with them. It ain't about that. Do it now. If you getting something good out of what we've been doing, say something. Tell somebody. It is $0, free 99. Free, right? Yes. It's so exciting. Absolutely. So you all, thank you for watching. Tune in next time. You'll never know who's going to be on Talented Television. It could be you. Until next time. Bye.
That's the one.
Thank you, sister.
See you later.
Yeah.